taken its maritime border dispute with Kenya to the United Nations top court, the International Court of Justice, which is based in The Hague. Now, the case filed yesterday is expected to heavily influence the fate of the potentially lucrative oil and gas reserves off the Kenyan coast. KTN's Noah Otieno reports.
A dispute that has been simmering for years between Kenya and Somalia is now before the judges at the International Court of Justice, a court whose jurisdiction both Kenya and Somalia have accepted. This is the center of the conflict between the neighbors. Somalia insists that Kenya has stubbornly encroached into her international waters by misinterpreting the direction of the borderline along the Indian Ocean coast. Kenya allegedly sees the borderline extending in a straight line into the ocean, giving Kenya about 100,000 square kilometers of very lucrative territory. Somalia says Kenya is claiming more than her fair share, insisting instead that the borderline should extend southeastwards, giving almost the same size of territory back to Somalia. This battle is not just about the water or the land. Already, Kenya, Somalia, and international investors are convinced that the area is potentially rich in oil and gas deposits. Even though some big investors have been reluctant to get into the exploration for the resources due to lack of clarity on which country legally owns the territory, some brave ones have allegedly already been given exploration contracts by the Kenyan government. This is at the center of the court case at the ICJ.
In the near future.
In a statement released by the court last evening, Somalia is requesting the court to determine, on the basis of international law, the complete course of the Indian Ocean borderline between Kenya and Somalia. Somalia says all diplomatic negotiations have failed to resolve the disagreement. Although cases at the ICJ can take years to conclude, the court, which is the United Nations highest court, is highly respected and its decision would be firmly binding. Now, KTN News Desk.